All right, y'all, let's get into this. Now, Jay-Z, your time has come, brother. Sean Carter is over. It's over, allegedly. I don't know if it's true or not. We're going to get into this story. So, look, y'all, as some of y'all may know, yesterday, breaking news, Jay-Z was accused of raping a 13-year-old allegedly with Diddy, allegedly back in 2000 something. We're going to get into it. Let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think he's going down? Y'all think he's going to bounce back? Now, look, I thought it was very telling that Jay-Z mentioned the lawyer Bud be having a coalition of conspiracy theorists and psychics. Now that one's interesting. If you really tapped in, you know there's this psychic-esque lady named Sloan who has made predictions about some of the biggest celebrities, including calling Diddy going down before he went down. She said Jay-Z's time is coming within the next, I think she said 5 or 10 years. So hey, according to her, he should get off with this. Maybe not in terms that he didn't do it, but in terms of his time isn't coming. Now, that's if you believe those sort of things, right? But I just thought it was interesting that Jay-Z in his statement brought up psychic specifically. You feel what I'm saying? Because even if you personally don't believe it, he's tapped in to like some of these social media pages and things like that. And this Sloan lady's not a big, oh, let me get attention. Like she pops out with her predictions and then stuff be playing out. So we're gonna see, and y'all making Jaguar Wright look like a prophet. But look, before we get into this, make sure y'all tap into the Twitch. We are live right now for the 13 days of Twitch. We will be live every day for the next 13 days. So pull up hella content, hella segments here. Link pinned in the comments in the description. Just let me know you're from YouTube. Let's get into this whole Jay-Z thing.
But this year keeps getting crazier and crazier because now it's been reported that
Oh, and if y'all curious what I think he did it. The other thing I thought was notable, in Jay-Z's response, he put victims with the S. This case is only about one girl. So what victims is Jay-Z talking about? Does he know that there's other people that might come down the line? It's like he was telling on himself. You know, I know they pushed this narrative that, oh, he wrote this himself. I go between, yes, he did write this himself because it's very revealing, right? And very emotional. And he didn't deny it. If y'all read the statement, she might pull it up in here. He never said that he didn't do it. He just talked about how it was heinous, how his child's innocence is ruined because now he has to explain what this means because she's in school or the other ones are in school and they're losing their innocence. Well, what about the innocence of Rihanna? What about the innocence of Foxy Brown? What about the innocence of Aaliyah? Or all the other unnamed young girls or boys that we don't know about? Allegedly. I don't know this for sure. I'm just saying. That's just what the streets are saying. You know, so it's like, it's always interesting how it's always about them. And why did he wrote Beyonce into it? Did y'all notice that? We're going to get into the statement later, but did y'all notice how he wrote Beyonce into it? Oh, me and my wife. See, that's why you can't attach yourself to nobody, because then if they go down, you going down, especially if it's someone at this level that screwed over people at this level. Please, let's go.
Jay-Z allegedly R-ed a 13-year-old girl along with Sean P. Diddy Combs back in 2000. Now, for those who don't know, back in October, there was a lawsuit filed by one of Diddy's alleged accusers. And at the time, she was 13 years old, and she claimed that she was trying to get into the MTV Music Video Awards, and she ended up getting picked up by one of Diddy's drivers, and she was driven to Diddy's after party. And at the party, she claims that she was drugged and she was taken advantage of by Diddy and another unnamed celebrity male, while an unnamed celebrity female.
Yo, maybe Antonio J, what up? Welcome to the stream. Appreciate you stopping by. How you feeling today?
Watched. So now it's being revealed that Jay-Z was the unnamed celebrity male who allegedly took advantage of this 13-year-old girl. Now,
Jay-Z, you're done. Rock Nation, you're done. And also something that I thought was interesting. Why did he post that statement from the Rock Nation page? Did y'all believe? Did y'all think that was a little weird? Jay-Z has his own social media. why would he post it from his Rock Nation page? I don't know. That's just strange to me. I believe he did this shit. Why wouldn't he? Look, okay. Antonio, first of all, thank you for pulling up. I've seen a lot of commentary and a lot of state media, that's what I'm gonna call it, propaganda, paid propaganda from people with checks and people with high levels in the media, and surprise, they're going to bat for him. Oh, look at, he wrote his own statement. Do you think that's a smart thing when he has multi-billion-dollar conglomerates connected to him? You think that's a tip of the cap moment? Oh, you wrote your own statement? No, I don't think so. I think maybe him and a lawyer wrote it, maybe. But to be honest, that statement didn't even seem like the jargon he uses. Like, oh, I'm not gonna give one red penny. I'm a young man from Brooklyn. Sir, you are literally 60. What are we saying? Young men? Brother, you are a grandpa. So like, that's weird. And like I said, I don't know, maybe she has it in here somewhere. Let me skim through. But like in the statement, y'all, he literally did not deny it. We gonna get to that part, but he did not deny it. You haven't been to Brooklyn in 30 years, and thank you. And the last time he was in Brooklyn, what he do? Sell it out. So I'm just, look, this pro-black excellence crowd where y'all act like black people can't do no wrong, y'all are hurting the community more, right? When you allow people like this, because, oh, one day I want to be a billionaire like Jay-Z, one day I want to be like, and it's like, oh, well, they're just trying to take a black man down. Well, what happened when that black man is actually using his power and his resources to abuse and harm other black people? Y'all niggas only care about black people that's grown. What about the kids? They, oh, the black community, oh, tearing down black men. Forget some of these black men and women. They lost causes. What about the kids? So the next generation got to be fucked up because y'all want to sit here and glaze and meat ride niggas that's already established and billionaires and rubbing shoulders with other billionaires and oppressors. Like, come on now. Like, let's clock it, because it's always the black community when it's about protecting an abuser. But what about the black people that they are abusing and or exploiting to get where they're at? But I guess it don't matter if they get in the bag, right? See, this the logic with some of these people where, oh, we got to protect our black people. They protect each other. That don't mean we need to perpetuate more abuse and exploitation just because somebody got a black face on it. Come on, it's 2024. Black faces in high places is not all we have to offer. That's not all we have to accept. That is a choice on us. And to me, what about Jay-Z makes y'all think this can't be him? Because he did a business rebrand? That's it? All a nigga gotta do is become a billionaire and all of a sudden, oh, nah, they would never do that. Like, wait, huh? Come on, bro. It's like people over here defending these celebrities with their life as if they really know them. If anything, just look at the odds. The probability that somebody's a weirdo and on some diddler shit goes up exponentially for whatever reason, the more money they make. So to me, the more money and power someone has, it seems like the trend is the more likely that they are one of those type of weirdos. I don't know why. It seems like it's a power control thing. I don't know what it is. With the more you go up, the more likely you are to be a pedophile or someone that abuses people in general. I don't know, but that's just, so what makes him any different than all the other people in that space? What I do think is interesting, someone like Jay-Z and Diddy can maybe go down or have all these things come out, but I'm more so wondering about, what about all the other people who do this stuff that we're never gonna see because they're not as famous and visible in the media like some of the celebrities? Because if they're doing this stuff, they're definitely doing it with people that's higher up than them, but those people never come out. It's always like, yeah, we're gonna act like we're being progressive and get into the bottom of all the predators and da-da-da-da-da, but only the black ones though. We're not gonna mention the jiggas. We're not gonna mention them because then they gonna say it's real anti. And I ain't trying to do that. But I'm just gonna say white and jiggas seem to get around it a little more. So it's like they're gonna sacrifice the niggas who thought they was with them because they had a billion or however many billion. You got comfortable and forgot you was still a nigga. They're not gonna cover it for you forever like they're gonna do for each other. I hope that's not what you think. And it seemed like that's what a lot of these black billionaires thought, including Kanye, Jay-Z, Diddy. So it's like, you're not on the in group like you thought you were. This will happen when you sell your community out. If you would have been focused on community and using your resources for actual good instead of just get PR, then maybe you could actually get somewhere. And if you weren't just a horrible person, a lot of these people are horrible people. They only go back to the community when it's time for forgiveness or sympathy. A lot of people who protect people like this, I genuinely feel will do the same thing. Agreed. Welcome back, Ghosty. He obviously had money for so long he thought he was invincible. That's so common for the richer folks. And these black ones have no snitching mentality when it comes to the others. Yeah. They think because they're not snitching on the other people they're doing it with, that they're not going to snitch on them. But at a certain point, you're going to become a threat. They lure these black elites in what do they call them? Black excellence crowd. They lure them in with the idea that they're getting there off their merit or their hard work. And we accept you because look at how hard of a worker you are. You look at where you came from. You did this in one lifetime. They lure them in and get them to let their guard down just for them to eventually snitch and let everything fall down on these guys when they get a little too close to the sun. They're always going to get humbled and reminded that you are not one of them.
Now, do we know this to be true or not? We don't.
It happens every time.
It's true, but I will say it is a horrible look for Jay-Z.
So what's Beyonce gonna do? That's where I'm like, because the streets were saying that Jay-Z and Beyonce were separating assets the other month or something like that, but that's completely unsubstantiated. I don't know if that's true, but y'all know the little pages that have like the inside scoop allegedly on some of the celebrities. Where did they get the information from? I have no idea. But like, that is a little interesting that was one of those little rumors. What do they call it? The pages they post to, like Lipstick Alley, or I forgot what they call them. The blind reads or something like that. They were saying that in the blind reads or whatever, and I'm like, that does look a little interesting now. I hope Beyonce isn't the pick me, I'm still my husband type. I ain't gonna lie, Antonio. I think it's already GG's. I think Beyonce has already shown us that she is a pick-me. And I do feel like Beyonce was groomed and preyed on. That's the thing that makes it tricky, because I definitely feel like that type of thing. And it's crazy because I literally made a video on this called Jay-Z Groomed Beyonce, like damn near 2 years ago. And that doesn't mean that if she participated in anything that she's like off the hook. I'm just noting that I think it's interesting that Beyonce was most likely groomed just like Rihanna allegedly was by Jay-Z. Because look at how young she was when they first met, right? Jay-Z was damn near his 30s, if I'm not mistaken, when he first met Beyonce, because they officially got together in 2002 or 2003. Officially. How you get together if you wasn't talking before that? And they tried to like not go completely public with it because the age thing was crazy. And to be honest, I feel like her dad pimped her out. I feel like her dad, maybe her mom too, sorry, but I feel like both of them pimped her out and gave her to Jay-Z on some real like business empire type shit. Like back in the day, how they would marry off their daughter to the dude and the other big family or whatever, so they could join together. I feel like it was some stuff like that, to be honest. And business wise, it worked out. It's almost like on some shit where it's like, okay, we're gonna let Jay-Z be the businessman that control your career and your trajectory. Like almost like, because her dad, Matthew Knowles, was very, very hands-on and very controlling and stuff, right? So it's like, okay, I'm gonna take you from me and I'm gonna marry you off to him. And now he's gonna take over and he's gonna direct your career. Do y'all remember when she released Lemonade and she didn't even put it on streaming platforms? It was only on Tidal. It's like little stuff like that that makes me feel like there is that type of like real business empire type dynamic going on where clearly one person's in power more than the other, even though Beyonce socially is maybe more relevant. It's like he used Beyonce to like fuel his career. Would Jay-Z be anywhere near as relevant if he wasn't with Beyonce? Chat, keep it a buck. Keep it a buck. Me and Bessie talk about this all the time. No way in hell. Him being with Beyonce from all the way back early 2000s kept him relevant and helped elevate him to the level that he's at now. And I feel like people don't acknowledge that, right? He would be like Nas. Probably, exactly. Women been saving Jay-Z's career since Mariah Carey back in the day. So, I mean, it's just crazy that he ends up in this status and all that. His music got better because of the issues him and Beyonce had. Yeah, there was that. And then there was literally them being able to go on tour together. Like, I mean, he just got access to so much stuff where he like locked her down essentially. And now I wonder, what do y'all think is gonna happen with Beyonce? Like, do y'all think she gonna stick around? Do y'all think she's gonna like separate? Because like they got kids. That's the one thing that make me like, I feel like they in this for the long haul because they got their business and stuff tied together and all that.
Because people have already been leaking Jay-Z's
Yo,
name.
thank you for the emo, Ghosty. Yo, truly, thank you for the tab, gang. She definitely sticking around. Yeah, I think she might be in too deep at this point. I feel like her like leaving is like a fairy tale.
To Diddy. And so to see that he's being accused of something so heinous, it's just a mess. Now, Jay-Z did come out and vehemently deny these accusations, and he actually came against the lawyer representing this accuser named Tony Bugsby. For those who don't know, Tony Bugsby has been representing like over 100 of Diddy's alleged victims. And in the victims'
so this is the guy for all the victims
lawsuits, they also mentioned other big name celebrities. Now, Tony Bugsby himself
said
has
he's
been
trash.
criticized and accused of extorting celebrities. You know, some people were saying that he was trying to get celebrities to quietly settle so they won't have to worry about their names being public in some of these lawsuits. And what I'm hearing is some of them did already settle, but one of them who was refusing to settle was Jay-Z. And Jay-Z, I believe, was the powerful John Doe who is trying to sue Tony right now for extortion. And Tony did respond to that lawsuit. He said, "I've been sued in Los Angeles in a last-ditch attempt."
This lawyer, the type to only do it for a check. Yeah, I've heard some things about him. I don't know what's up with him. But you know what? I don't even care. I mean, at the end of the day, how does that make them any different than any other profession for real? Like, if he's trying to get them to settle out of court, it's like he's essentially using lawyer tactics, lawyer manipulation tactics to get his client whatever the hell he wants them to get. Now, my thing is, I feel like I was wondering, why is Jay-Z, why would he not settle? I feel like he didn't settle because then if the story came out, oh, Jay-Z settles case with 13-year-old grape, you know, that optically for him might look worse than trying to fight it. I honestly feel like this low-key might be a lose-lose for him. He might have enough power and resources to get around it. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Do the people above Jay-Z protect him or do they let him look crazy? Because it's kind of like when they pulled their support away from Diddy, right? Or Kanye. I wonder, is he still in their good graces? Is he still useful to those people that he's around? Because if so, they're going to keep him around and he'll get out of this. But his public reputation is going to take a hit. Because to be honest, I didn't realize how big the story was. Like, I knew it was a big story, but like, I didn't realize it till I scrolled on my YouTube. I was scrolling my YouTube and I was seeing the news stories, like the news. I thought this was gonna be on some like T page, like maybe trending on Twitter, but nah, they on this like ABC News, 1 million views. Like, I was like, damn, okay, this is gonna be a bad look, because even just the title alone looks crazy. The headline alone looks insane. So even if he does get out of it, I feel like this might do some irreparable damage to his brand. Ghosty said the trash can truck. I fucking hate the Cybertruck. It's so garbage. the higher ups would never protect him, because if it comes out he did it, they will look goofy. But I'm saying, I think he can get out of a situation where, let's say it went to criminal trial and maybe they look for evidence and all. There's a way for him to get out of it. It's not like he's dead to rights. Oh my God, they got him. It's a civil accusation. It's a civil thing. So that alone, he could wiggle his way out of it without getting charged or convicted or whatever. Because if there's not enough evidence, that's why a lot of these cases with SA and things like that don't always have a conclusion, or people usually don't get convicted, because the evidence, the time away from it, it's so many things at play where it's like, even if he actually did it, that don't mean he really gonna get held accountable for it per se. So I think it could be one of those situations where he's getting protected because they're not letting everything fall down onto him yet. Like, yeah, like you might still be in the power that be's good graces because you might still be a useful tool for them. And hey, maybe they amp up the stuff that Jay-Z got to do to stay in their goodwill, but I do think eventually he's going to fall at a certain point. Maybe not right now. Maybe he wiggles out of this one and then something else comes up. You get out of that one, something else come up. I kind of feel like it might play out like that, low-key. Now, this lawyer, I don't know. I can't speak for him. I don't know. I heard some things about him. I don't know what's true versus what's just propaganda. I can't really tell these days, but we'll see.
To stop me from revealing
We'll
names,
see. I have no idea where this can go. I need some lawyers to get in the chat and explain this shit.
in public lawsuits. It won't work. The irony, the suit against me was filed by a powerful John Doe. Here's my full statement. We won't allow the powerful and their high dollar lawyers to intimidate or silence SA survivors. Tony went on to call the lawsuit laughable, and he said that the demand letters he sent did not include money.
So he said, oh, that was an interesting point. He said the demand letters that were sent wasn't demanding money from Jay-Z. So that's interesting. If that's true, that means Jay-Z trying to spin the narrative that it was all about money and it was all about extortion, where, at least from the lawyer's POV, from what I read last night, he said that the victim wanted a private mediation. They weren't asking for damages or whatever. They wanted a private mediation between Jay-Z and whoever the fuck. And Jay-Z didn't want to do it. So now he's making all this hoopla about the situation.
Claims that he was just seeking confidential mediation on behalf of his client. And I guess that's standard practice in law. Now, Jay-Z did respond. He denied the allegations, and he said, my lawyer received a blackmail attempt called a demand letter from a lawyer named Tony Bugsby. What he had calculated was the nature of these allegations and the public scrutiny would make me want to settle. No, sir. It had the opposite effect. It made me want to expose you for the fraud you are in a very public fashion. So no, I will not give you one red penny. These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such—
What's the private mediation? I don't know. I was curious about that too. I'm not gonna lie. I was also curious what the private mediation is.
a crime against a minor
Genuinely
should be locked away. Would you not agree? These alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case.
Because I haven't heard of that before. Like, you know, I'm not a lawyer or anything, but I'm just literally just like, what is a private, like, what do you do? Just like go talk to the person?
Lawyer who I have done a bit of research on seems to have a pattern of these type of theatrics.
Hold on, let me look it up.
I have no idea how you have come to be such a deplorable human, Mr. Bugsby, but I promise you I have seen your kind many times over. I'm more than prepared to deal with your type. You claim to be a Marine. Marines are known for their valor. You have neither honor nor—
Okay, it says, let's see, private mediation versus court-ordered mediation. Huh. Interesting. Private is a volunteer effort resolution. So it genuinely seems like a time where they can just get in there and resolve whatever disputes. So maybe they can negotiate. Maybe they would hypothetically in that mediation negotiate, you know, whatever they got going on. You know, and who knows, maybe in the mediation they would ask for a settlement, hypothetically. But it seems like in general it's just a time where they can talk. And you can do it either court ordered or, you know what I'm saying? I can see that.
Or dignity.
But you know, the lawyer got plausible deniability.
Only heartbreak is for my family. My wife and I have to sit our children down, one of who is at an age where her friends will surely see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims and explain the cruelty and greed of people. I mourn.
Yeah, girl, your dad's a monster. He's been one. Sorry to have to break your innocence, but yeah, he sucks.
Another loss of innocence. Children should not have to endure such at their young age. It is unfair to have to try to understand inexplicable degrees of malice meant to destroy families and a human spirit. My heart and support goes out to the true victims in the world who have to watch how their life.
And this is the Hall of Fame gaslighting right here. Oh, to the true victims of the world. It's like, yeah, the other ones you created, like, come on, allegedly.
Dressed in costume for profitability by this ambulance chaser in a cheap suit. Ooh,
oh, and he called his suit cheap. Damn.
You have made a terrible error in judgment.
Hall of Fame gaslighting badge right here.
All celebrities are the same. I am not from your world. I'm a young man who made it out the project of Brooklyn. We don't play these type of games. We have very strict codes and honor. We protect children. You seem to exploit people for personal gain. Only your network of conspiracy theorists, fake psychics, and belief. Was that a shot at Jaguar Wright and Sloan Bella?
Yes, literally. He tapped in. Yeah, exactly. His whole thing is just insults and trying to tear the guy down and basically get his audience to like pile onto these people. That's all it is. I'm seeing through the bullshit, bro. Like, and maybe I'm tripping or slow, but like, where in this did he deny directly doing it? These alleged victims, like I said, with the S, did nobody say it was multiple victims? It's one person in this case. You're the only one bringing up victims, which I think is strange. But where did he literally deny anything? I don't see it. I'm missing it. Blackmail, nature of the allegations, heartbroken for my family. My heart goes out to the true victims. He did not deny it. He just called the allegations heinous. I implore you to file a criminal complaint. Hall of Fame gaslighting, like, boy, slow down. Okay, we got it. We got it. There we go. Lawyer responded.
Business. So he's going to Commander Alpha Company 1st Battalion 4th Marines from our Old Western Pacific Cruise book. Despite a coordinated and aggressive effort that has included harassing my kids, contacting my clients and former clients to encourage them to sue my colleagues or former employees, asking if I've abused them, showing up at my current employees' homes to harass them, filing frivolous
sounds
cases
about right.
Me and my law firm, defaming me with outrageous assertions to anyone who will listen, and having mysterious people follow me and my family. I am still that guy. I won't be bullied.
We got ad break coming up.
Or intimidated. People will see through this effort to discredit me and my clients, and the truth will be revealed. I also won't allow anyone.
Shocker. Bully tactics that all rich people use. Like, what? And it's like, think about it. He doing all this over something that he didn't even deny.
To scare my clients into silence.
Crazy.
Sunlight is the best disinfectant, and I'm quite certain the sun is coming.
That's a bar.
So Tony said he's about that action. He said, don't play with me, play with your mama. And Jay-Z is saying, don't play with me, play with your papa. This is a mess. This is really a mess. And it's not funny considering the gravity of these allegations. It looks bad. It really looks bad.
Exactly. You already got better lawyers than damn near anybody that could possibly fight some shit. So it's like, okay, well, why are you over here trying to intimidate people if you know you're going to win in court? Or if you know you have nothing to lose, you have nothing to hide, why are you running people down, popping up at their kids' stuff, popping up at their family stuff? That's crazy.
And we don't know if Jay-Z is guilty of what he's being accused of. Jay-Z seems like he's really willing to fight for his name, and I think that's the right thing to do. But I will say he made a mistake by going about it the way that he did, because if he is harassing Tony and his family and trying to get dirt on him through his colleagues or sending his legal team to smear Tony's name, it does look dirty. And when you play dirty games like that,
that's how he been for years. Why are we saying it like it's some surprise? Jay-Z has been playing dirty for as long as he's been in the industry.
That people will play dirty games with you, and it kind of looks like you're bullying people and threatening people behind.
Some people even say he may or may not have something to do with Tupac and Biggie and even Big L. That's just what I heard on the streets, though, allegedly. I don't know if that's true, but that's just what I heard people say.
The scenes. See, I think Jay-Z could have been very effective in proving his innocence without having to use tactics like this. And I honestly believe that if he did not come after Tony...
You are not one of them, boy. Who gonna tell these niggas you were not one of them? You can't move like they move, bro.
In this way, Tony would not have disclosed
at
his
least
name
not forever.
In this lawsuit. So this is why I think Jay-Z made a horrible mistake by coming hard at the lawyer and using dirty tactics like this. And don't get me wrong, he has every right to defend himself, but he should have done it a different way, because now that his name has been disclosed,
there was besties, and we supposed to believe, oh, I ain't had nothing to do with this. Y'all was right-hand men from damn near when y'all first got in the industry together.
Just adds more fuel to the rumors that he and Diddy were in cahoots and doing crimes together. And we don't know if that is true.
Y'all were besties.
Or not. We don't know if that's true about Jay-Z. But his name is being continuously linked to Diddy. And now...
Exactly. Ain't no way he ain't know Diddy was doing stuff. Come on now. Come on now. I think they think we slow. I think they think we're slow. So you was besties with Harvey Weinstein. You was besties with Diddy. I'm forgetting somebody else in there. But we can say those two for sure. And R. Kelly. Boom. That's the other one. And birds of a feather.
Actually being accused.
What can they say? Them predators moving flocks.
Of committing crimes.
Come on now.
Even if this is not true, it still looks...
That black excellence ain't gonna save your ass. Didn't Jay-Z literally go on tour with R. Kelly after the underage girl stuff came out? Exactly. We supposed to believe them. No. Their black excellence is supposed to like give them plot armor or some shit like that.
It's bad on him. We all
in
know
their
how
mind.
Accusations can affect people's reputation. I mean, look at what happened with Jonathan Majors. Before he even went to trial, people already deemed him as guilty. You know what I'm saying? When you have bad press like this that's accusing you of something so heinous, this will affect everything, and it will change the public perception.
Oh, for sure.
If Jay-Z loses favor in the public, it will trickle down to his businesses, and he will start to lose favor among his partners and investors. It will also affect his wife Beyonce as well, because let's be honest, Beyonce is getting some blowback too.
Yeah, black excellence is definitely BS. Yeah, you know, that's just that assimilation though. Is assimilating into American culture. Is hyper individualistic. So, you know, it's bait. It's bait, and it doesn't make sense if you were to actually to try to uplift your community. And usually, the uplifting is through more individualism and rewarding individuals and exalting them. And then it gets us in these positions where it's a ripple effect because everyone's so tied to these few people, and then you end up having to compromise your morals. And then it's just like, it's a domino effect that net doesn't benefit the community. And these people keep getting propped up and praised. Oh, they're a legend, they're this or that. But look at all the people they exploited along the way to get where they're at. They're exploiting their people in order to get to the top. How many artists Jay-Z and Diddy finesse outside of abusing? You know, how many of them they finesse out of contracts and get them in horrible deals so they can enrich themselves?
Too.
That's nothing to be applauded, in my opinion.
And she's not
That's
being accused of anything, but she's being deemed guilty by
that. Don't include other sleazy business shit like that whole Brooklyn thing. I forgot who was it, the Brooklyn Nets, you know, buying a fractional cut in that and then selling out the projects he was from. I don't know, man. Somebody probably know more details on it than me. But something with that situation, he sold out his own hood. No way you're a nice guy and a billionaire. I've been saying this. I genuinely do not think it's possible to be a billionaire and a good person at the same time. Just because of the sheer amount of exploitation you have to do to get to billionaire status in one lifetime. It's already hard to get there over multiple, but to do it in one lifetime, there has to be some hyper exploitation and abuse going on somewhere in that chain of you getting there.
Association. So this will affect her businesses as well. It will affect her brand and her reputation.
Beyonce, you going down, girl. I'm sorry. It's over.
Get so bad to the point that she will have to separate from Jay-Z. And I wouldn't be surprised if that did happen somewhere down the line.
She should have been left his ass.
If this story gets...
But this what happened when you locked in. It's all about the bag. Everything about the bag. Should have left his ass after he cheated the first time.
More inflammatory and it blows up more.
And whatever else he was doing. I heard allegedly word on the street in GTA, Jay-Z and Beyonce got somebody knocked off with a knot for having his baby. That's just what people be saying though. I don't know if that's true or not. But like, imagine if something like that were true. Wouldn't that be crazy?
I think Beyonce will definitely have to leave. Now, I don't know if she'll be able to escape the scrutiny because she's been around Jay-Z for so long. She's been married to him, so she's had to have known something, right?
Right,
I don't think
girl.
The public will let her completely off the hook, but if
nah, girl,
really
you going down too, girl.
I think she could be able to salvage her brand.
Beyonce really a bot for real. Like, if you really think about it, she's really like Jay-Z's bot NPC type vibe.
By separating herself and denouncing Jay-Z. If it gets
she's
to that
still
point,
good.
She's going to have to do it. Now, once again, we don't know if Jay-Z is guilty of what he's being accused of.
She never needed him, but I wonder if he done like damn near rendered her useless by herself as a part of his grooming tactics. Like, I wonder if he like on some real controlling stuff where he got control of all the assets. He got control of all. Like, I wonder if that's like if he's made her like dependent. That's the word I'm looking for. Dependent on him to where she can't separate, or she will have a really hard time doing it. Like, maybe she could, but at the same time, like, I don't know. Just wondering. From that to husband, yeah. Okay. Has she ever been in her own? Nah, literally straight from her family, her dad controlled everything, straight to Jay-Z. She didn't even have more than a year or two max by herself. And then I remember seeing this clip of Beyonce talking about how, oh, Jay-Z taught me how to be a woman. It was like on his or her birthday in like her early 20s. Oh yeah, he taught me how to be a woman. He taught me how to do that. And I'm like, oh my God, no. This is literally groomer talk or groomee talk. You know, she's speaking as the person that was groomed. Like, where it's like, if somebody's damn near being a father figure to you in a relationship, first of all, that tells you they're in a whole different part of life. And yeah, I mean, to me, that was just very telling. That was very telling for me. Just seeing that.
But these accusations are definitely hurting everything that Jay-Z and Beyonce potentially have lined up. Jay-Z could have handled this differently, but he decided to use his bullying tactics against Tony, and now he's getting the worst press of his life. This is horrible, y'all. This is very horrible. And Like I said, we don't know if these allegations are true. I do hope that he's able to prove his innocence if he is in fact innocent. Now, if he's
Oh,
not
here
innocent,
it go. Look, I found it. Exhibit A.
Just got the call a couple days ago, and I know
2006. How old was Beyonce in
drop a lot of
2006?
things to come, and this wouldn't be anything without everybody here, and y'all are all here because y'all are special to James.
She's 25. She's 25. So apparently, and this is December, yeah, so she was 25. Now, we first started hearing, I think 03 Bunny and Clyde came out in 03. Beyonce was around since the 90s with Destiny's Child, and you're telling me Jay-Z didn't know Beyonce when she was popping on Destiny's Child, the biggest girl group in the world ever? I'm supposed to believe Jay-Z just started coming around when she was 20 in 2000. I'm not believing that. Like, what was Destiny's Child albums? You telling me this nigga ain't have his eye on her since? Okay, how many albums they got? Okay, their earliest album, 2000. It looks like 2000. Okay. Destiny's Child. Oh, nope. Bills was 1999. That's what I was trying to see. Google sucks. That's what I'm trying to find, but the way they got it on YouTube, or not YouTube, but Google is ass. Bro, they keep changing it. Stop playing. They were out since at least 1999. I'm not tripping. Destiny's Child was out in the 90s. See, there we go. Destiny's Child's 1998. There we go. I was like, there's no way it was the 2000s and that's it. So it was outside. Okay, let's say it was when they come up in 98. 99, they was there. 99, the writings on the wall, they was there. Bills. Yes. So that is, how old was Beyonce in 1999? You tell me she's 18. Okay, so she was 18. So when she first popped on the scene, 98, she was 17. She could have been around before that too. And you know, if Jay-Z's a music executive, he's probably looking for other artists since before they pop up on the scene. You know, people in the industry always know people before they really get popping. So they said it depends on what year the project came out, but she was between 17 and 18 in 1999. In 98, she was 16 and 17 during that time span. So I'm supposed to believe that Jay-Z popped up out of nowhere when she turned 23 or 22 and they got together then, even though Jay-Z was, how old was Jay-Z in 1999? 30 years old. Chat. Sean Carter was 30 years old in 1999. So he's 13, damn near 14 years older than Beyonce. That's crazy. I'm sorry. That's wild. For you to be 30, lurking around a 16, 17, 18-year-old, strange. I know times have changed since then. Can confirm that is very weird. Because you didn't just all of a sudden get eyes when she legally turned 18. That's the thing that killed me about the, oh, well, it's legal. Oh, well, it's legal. You are literally spawn camping. You're spawn camping a minor and waiting until, oh, legally. And then on top of that, you didn't want to publicly associate until she was over, because you know how weird it is to be 30 years old with an 18-year-old. You know how worth it is. So you're like, oh, let's keep it on the low, but we're going to be on some real business shit, on some calm shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's very clear to see, like, yo, she really like got set up into this shit for real. That shit crazy. Exactly. Beyonce wasn't the first. I can say I don't know around what year, but Jaguar Wright allegedly says that the whole reason that Chris Brown and Rihanna got into it was because Rihanna was giving Gok 3000 to Jay-Z and got caught, and then he crashed out and then left, and then Rihanna wouldn't let him leave, and then she trying to fight him while he's in the car. Now, to be clear, Chris Brown is still an abuser and very toxic, so this doesn't take away anything. But in that situation in particular, she said the issue was that Rihanna was for the streets essentially, and she was groomed by Jay-Z because she came over here by herself, essentially without her family, right? Without her family, and surprise, surprise, the little international gal over here by herself getting exploited by record label executives. And then boom, when you look at it, look at how big of a star Rihanna is, because she was probably groomed. Was the girl Jay was with Rihanna? I don't know if they were ever like confirmed together or anything, but it is interesting because he always like goes to bat and defends Rihanna to this day. And yeah, that's the speculations that, especially after Lemonade, that Solange's like fighting him over cheating. But look, y'all, I'ma wrap the video up here. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want to come talk about it, drop a follow to the Twitch. The link's pinned in the comments in the description. We'll be live every day for the next 12, 13 days. So pull up, let me know you're from YouTube. Let me know what y'all think about it. I think it's very clear what's going on here. I'm interested to see like how this whole thing plays out. Let me know what y'all think is gonna happen. Is Jay-Z gonna get off? Do y'all think he did it? Do y'all think he didn't do it? But until next time, you guys, we're outie.